Every Sunday, millions of viewers watch Pastor Joel Osteen stand under bright lights, smiling warmly as he promises God's favor, abundance, and breakthrough. With best-selling books, sold-out arena events, and a church housed in a former NBA arena, he's become, for many, the soft-spoken, positive face of modern American Christianity. But behind that polished image and gentle voice lies a far more complicated reality that critics say can't be ignored anymore. Osteen publicly preaches gratitude, humility, and contentment, yet lives in a level of luxury many of his followers will never see. His primary residence, a roughly 17,000 square FT mansion in Houston's ultra-wealthy River Oaks neighborhood, is reportedly worth around $10.5 million. Former visitors describe marble floors, ornate finishes, and the kind of opulence more often associated with celebrities than with pastors. Add in luxury cars, private jet travel, and designer clothes, and the contrast with his on-stage talk of simple blessings becomes hard for some believers to reconcile. Defenders point out that Osteen hasn't taken a salary from Lakewood Church since 2004 and earns his money from his books and media work. But even publishing insiders note that his enormous church platform and global TV exposure are what drive those sales in the first place. Lakewood itself, as a tax-exempt religious organization, brings in tens of millions of dollars annually, yet does not release detailed public financial statements. Critics argue that this lack of transparency, combined with such visible wealth at the top, raises serious, ethical, and theological questions. Those questions exploded into public view during Hurricane Harvey in 2017, as Houston flooded and thousands of residents desperately sought shelter. Social media users began asking why Lakewood, one of the largest indoor spaces in the city, remained closed. The church initially claimed the building was inaccessible due to flooding, but photos appeared online showing the exterior relatively clear. After days of backlash, Lakewood opened as a shelter and distribution center. But for many, the damage was already done. The incident became, in their eyes, a symbol of a ministry quicker to protect its image and property than to sacrifice convenience for people in crisis. Beneath the theology and PR, former staff described Lakewood as operating much more like a media corporation than a traditional church. They speak of strategy meetings focused on brand management, audience retention, and revenue, with sermon themes and stage design shaped heavily by market research. Topics that might make people uncomfortable: sin, judgment, sacrifice. The dangers of wealth are downplayed or avoided, replaced with messages of self-belief, positivity, and personal success. The result, according to many religious scholars, is a version of Christianity that keeps the promises but strips out much of the cost. Jesus' hard sayings about money, suffering, and self-denial rarely surface in Osteen's sermons. Instead, prosperity, promotion, and your best life now take center stage. To his millions of fans, that message feels hopeful and freeing. To his critics, it feels like a polished product, carefully crafted, massively profitable, and increasingly disconnected from the carpenter, from Nazareth, who warned that it is hard for the rich to enter the kingdom of God.